Well, alright, vegan things are going today. Heading down to West Mall in the Falls to check out this vegan spot. I almost say new vegan spot, but it's not new. They're just new to West Mall, I guess. Super Falafel is the name. Pure vegan. So we're gonna check out some vegan meals. Now, telling you, I am not a vegan. I do enjoy a little vegan-esque meal from time to time. So I don't know what to expect really, to be honest with you. I don't know the vibes, if it is a food like in the food court or if it's an independent restaurant. From scenes before, I learned not to make that type of expectation or judgment too soon. So yeah, we're going down and we're gonna check it out. We're gonna try out the vegan food and see what is what, right? Come with me. Boom. This was a real different scene. It's real different. Like, usually I'll just formulate my thoughts coming up the road in the car, and when I come home I'll just sit down and hit the review, right? Put on my points and that is that. But I couldn't do that with this one. I couldn't wrap my mind around it, but I understand why now. You see, I like it, right? But I like it for a very different reason from the usual. Usually it would be about indulgence, you know? Something is real wow, something making me feel to come back and going on the cravings list, right? But I like this spot, you know, because of the utility of it. Certain changes that I made in my lifestyle, it is nice to have that option out there so that when I on the go, I could get something, you know, along a more healthier kind of line. And that's why I like it, the utility of it. I don't see myself leaving Sour and heading down West Mall to get it. But if I'm in the area, I'm more than likely be picking that over a lot of things, you know, on a day-to-day. Yeah, I still do my pros and cons though. So check them out. Pro number one, it is value for money. It is vegan fast food, literally. So it's affordable, coming in at a real affordable price point. Like I had the super vegan platter, super vegan plate. That was $60, a little touch of everything except rice. I mean, that was real value. I was full at plain talk bad manners, no shame in my game, but I didn't eat all. I brought home stuff. And by the way, that takeaway bowl real nice. The bowl nice. My Trini gland raised one time I washing out that and that going in the line. But anyway, yeah, I brought home food and it was, you know, I was full the whole afternoon because, you know, eating plenty fiber and that kind of thing. It is really good value for money. So that was my pro number one. Pro number two, the range, you know, is a wide range of vegetables. What that does, I mean, apart from just different flavors that you could get, it's serving a number of different dietary restrictions, halal, kosher. You could get something that will be low on the glycemic index for people who watching the sugar. I didn't ask, but I suspect from the taste of the food, the flavor of the food, not much sodium. So I guess it might be good for people that dealing with blood pressure and that kind of thing too, because it didn't taste too salty to say it was salty or overwhelming. So I think the variety is good. You know, it means that a number of different people could find something to eat there, a good option. So good with that. Pro number three. This one might be hitting two pros with one thing. You have a little bit of a weight because some of the things made fresh. That is the double play again. It's not much of a weight, but the little weight that you're doing, because most of the stuff already out, you know, China, this, that, and it's just a matter of putting it in the bowl. But you had to wait for like the falafels, because you do the falafels fresh. You had to wait on the kibi frying fresh on order. So, I mean, two birds with one stone there. Two birds with one stone. I don't like talking about birds and it's vegan. Two things with one thing. Not much wait time, and you're getting things fresh. 2 in 1. Pro number 4, I have to talk about the service. The service was A-class. It was real good, real friendly, polite, knowledgeable staff, and knowledgeable to the point where they know the menu decent enough to like recommend things, tell us try this, you know, don't throw the sauce all over, all them kind of things. Real good. I had a good experience service-wise there. Points for that. Pro number 5, I had to give a special shout out to the za'atar fries. The za'atar is a spice blend, oregano, thyme, roasted sesame seeds, that kind of a Middle Eastern spice blend. And so they do a kind of seasoned fries with it. Really make the fries taste nice, bring out some nice flavors in the fries, you know, so it's not just plain straight ahead fries, you know. And it's really cool in the mix because it's like a little cheat, you know. It tastes a little indulgent, a little, but at the end of the day, it's just fries. Nice fries. So points for that. Also want to tackle onto that. I'm doing plenty 2-in-1s today, boy. There's also a special shout out for the pita bread. You see, I didn't want to give it too much praise because it's just bread at the end of the day. It's one of the fluffiest pitas I ever see. It was nice to pack the stuff in. It could hold sauce if you're on the sauces, but when you bite, it was a nice little variation of texture there when you was eating. So that was real pleasant. Tackle on that 2-in-1. Okay, for the cons. Con number 1, I would have liked something to be a little more wow. Everything was done well, you know, everything tasted okay as vegetables would taste for me. I leave in some space to, you know, acknowledge the fact that I am a meat eater and I really love meat. I probably just might not get excited about or too excited about, you know, full vegetarian, full vegan stuff, but it didn't have anything that was like super wow for me now. Everything was just good. I still will get it over plenty of stuff, but you know, I like something in there to be like real, yo, I had to go back and get this. Con number 2, this one was actually one. In the realm of hummus, I didn't really check for the hummus too much. It had a real strong, overpowering citrus kick, but not a pleasant one. Now that could have been, in retrospect, from the sumac, because how they serve it, they give it the hummus and then they put some sumac and some what look like dry parsley on top and a little olive oil. On the first take, honestly, I'd mix it in a little bit because I thought I had to mix it in. And it is possible that I didn't mix it in too well. So I get a hit of the sumac, maybe a little too much. But I did spend some time after doing that and realizing hey, this tasted real strong and mix it up a little bit. It went down a little bit, but it was still kind of overpowering for me. That is a personal preference. Yeah, that sumac, that hummus for me is a pop down. Con number 3, the sauces. Was not a huge fan of the sauces. I'm not really a sauce guy as well, and I didn't really need it because I quite like the taste of, you know, lightly cooked vegetables. But the sauces, for me, I think, especially in the white sauces, a lot of them just overlap. You know, a lot of them didn't have too much variation. So I was cool with the tomato choker, pepper sauce was decent, and the garlic sauce was alright. But on the whole, the sauces, not as successful, I think. Well, the con number 4. This one is a real pop down though. Special pop down for ketchup. I don't find ketchup had any place in that experience whatsoever. I didn't use it, and here, there, and who could use it? Just because of what ketchup is, both the flavor and what it is, what ketchup is, I don't find it have any place in a vegan experience. In that particular vegan experience especially. A lot of nice vegetables, you know, just earthy flavors, nothing too processed and all that. Yeah, leave it so. Why put something like ketchup anywhere close to that? I think that personally for me, that's worse than putting ketchup on Chinese food. I find so. And if you just put ketchup on Chinese food, Con number 5. And this one again is personal preference. The Kibi is a pumpkin Kibi. It was well done, crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, and decent size too. But it was stuffed with kale, a kale and onion kind of mixed or something. I am not a fan of kale, so that flavor wasn't really doing it for me. Mind you, I ate the whole thing, but I'm not a fan of the flavor of kale. So it was kind of monotone for me. I would have liked, probably, not saying that you had to move away from kale, cool with the kale, but if it had something else in there to do it something, because like the onion in there just kind of submit to the powers of the kale. The onion was just kale seasoning, more or less, rather than it standing out as a unique flavor. So it's onion and kale. It just tastes like seasoned kale. And I like something like, I don't know, maybe if some chana was minced up in there that giving you a little nuttiness and a little extra texture, I might not dig that. Usually I go in for kibi that have some sort of meat or something in it. The meat plus the fattiness of the meat and the seasoning and all them kind of things give you a nice complex thing. This kibi, I find it was just a little monotone. But again, personal preference. I'm sure it have people out there loving it. And yeah, I could see that. And that was it. This is one of the weirdest reviews that I ever did. Because I say in here, and I definitely will try it again. Like if I in West Mall, I gonna pick Super Falafel for lunch. I'm sure about it. Over everything else I'd have there to select. That would be me. Unless on a day I really feeling, I really craving some fast food or craving, something in particular. But on a day-to-day, general running, I'm doing the Super Falafel. But at the same time, I'm not gonna tell nobody to leave it there to drive down there and get that. You know what I mean? It's functional for me. It's real functional. But it's good. But it's functional. But it's good. But it's functional. But it's good. So yeah, that is it. I don't even know if I'll write a review for this. I write a review. Yeah, I'll write a little thing. Or I have something coming. So yeah, I will write a little thing. I'm trying out something new, right? So look out for that. And until then, boom.